My name is George Kasakula, and I welcome you to this week's edition of the Cauldron. This is where editors meet. It is a program that has three objectives. The first objective is to discuss the top story in our country, that's Malawi. And secondly, we also try to go international and pick a story that is of interest to us and discuss it. Finally, this is where editors meet, and being where editors meet, we also go to the newsroom and pick out an issue of interest in the newsroom, of interest to journalists, of interest to the media sector, and then discuss it. Once again, welcome. Let me welcome today's guests in the Cauldron. First of all, I have Mibawa Chakwera. Mibawa is a news editor at Planter Synod Radio. Welcome, Mibawa.
Thank you.
I also have Brian Ligomega. Brian is Executive Director for Center for Solution Journalism, but he's a former editor of this media group, managing editor of this media group. Brian, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's go straight into the first segment. And the question that we'll try to answer in this segment is it sabotage? President Lazarus Chakwera on Monday hinted that there are some civil servants that are failing to adapt to change in line with the government's efforts. And when we say government, we mean his government, to change the mind set. This, the president said, is letting Malawians down because they are getting undesirable services. As context, he was speaking at Kamuzu Palace in Longwe when he presided over the signing ceremony of the Public Service Reform Performance Contracts with 22 ministries, 35 local government councils, 10 constitutional bodies, and 66 parastatal organizations. Brian, is it true that there's sabotage stopping this government to effect the change that Malawians voted for on June 23?
We cannot say there is sabotage, but change is a process.
Yes.
And for some people who are used to do routine work every day, for them to adapt change, it will take time, and you will need even to shake them up,
yes,
and even to shake the systems up.
Yes.
It's important to do that. Yeah.
Sabotage presupposes something planned, something evil, conspiracy. Is that true, or it's what you are saying, that probably people change takes time? It involves mindset.
Change takes time. We cannot rule out that there might be some elements who may wish to frustrate the vision of the president. But I don't think there are many. I know where his assumptions are coming from. Look at the implementation of the farm input subsidy.
Yes.
This is something that the Ministry of Agriculture has been doing almost over the past 10 years. That program started as a startup during UDF era.
Yes.
So the program has been there for so long, almost a decade. Why are the same Ministry of Agriculture officials failing to implement the same program now?
Maybe change of how they are doing.
Yeah, and the blame is on the so-called technological network
connectivity.
Yeah, but why can't you print the list and distribute it at the selling depots? So such occurrences is what may drive the president to think that maybe there is sabotage from the civil service. But one of the things that we should know is that some civil servants are used to do things in a slow manner. And it's not only frustrating to the president, it is also even frustrating to members of the public. If people are sleeping at ADMAC depots or at selling depots for 2 or 3 nights, I mean, they are more frustrated, they are tortured, they are dehumanized. So they need to embrace the change, they need to embrace the reforms. It's very, very critical.
Bo, your quick response to this?
It's got nothing to do
sabotage.
With sabotage. It's not. It's just that we've been so used to doing things in a certain way, knowing that whatever I do, no matter how wrong I get, no one will punish me. It's business as usual. Somebody will just talk about it, maybe write a newspaper will print about it, and then the next season goes. And the next season comes, the same thing happens. Nobody cares.
So what is the solution? And why should we keep such people in the system?
The fact is, you cannot point at any single person and say, this is the person who is sabotaging this thing. This is a system. So the whole system needs an overhaul.
How do we do that? How do we do over the system? Firing everybody in the prison?
It's not necessarily about that.
But
it goes back to now the mindset change that you have just been talking about, the two of you. Change the mindset, realize that this is a service for the nation. It's not about me. It's not about deciding that I'll be lazy today, I don't feel like working, I will not work. Do it for the good of the Malawians.
So is it the issue of culture maybe? It's the culture?
Yes, we've just been so programmed to do things in a
bureaucracy.
certain way. Yes.
So how do we change it? I keep on asking, Brian, how do we change such a culture? Because clearly it's counterproductive.
In my view, some heads should roll.
Are they not rolling fast enough?
Look here. The old heads are rolling, but now I'm even referring to the new heads. Look here, I've looked at the reforms documents.
Yes.
And let me take for an example, Ministry of Agriculture. One of the reform areas is to ensure that the farm input subsidy program is handled professionally and farmers are benefiting so that the economy, which depends on agriculture, can start moving forward. But look at what is happening. This is a key reform area. This is a priority area in the Ministry of Agriculture. In this case, let us accept that the PS, the minister have failed. And they should face the boot.
That's the Ministry of Agriculture?
Yes, Ministry of Agriculture. It's just like what happened at Maneb. The CEO or the director of Maneb should face the chop.
Well, they have been suspended.
Yeah, they have been
the whole
suspended.
top management has been suspended.
Yes, that's what we need. When the people fail or sleep on their jobs, then they must face the boot. When you do that, the next person who is taking over will know that if I repeat the same mistakes, I will go.
This is the whole border I will go.
Yes.
The president, on the other hand, Mibawa, says the blame for dysfunctions in public sector belongs to all of us. And so the responsibility to fix it must also rest on all of us. Is that true? Some of us have no mandate. We're not presidents, are we?
We don't have the mandate, but you and I, as the people who have a say, you can write a story. You can have a radio program on radio. People listen to that.
Okay.
We've had instances where people have actually been helped. Remember the issue of this person who was sleeping at ESCOM. He was helped within 24 hours because
he just decided enough is enough.
Yeah, because of
I'll do a vigil. I'll do a vigil that day. Should we all do vigils then?
We will not, but the power of the media, I'm trying to say that you and I, we have a say. We can help in some way. So if we blow these issues, which are sometimes just swept under the carpet, if the powers that be actually see what's happening on the ground, the action will be swifter.
Brian, we should do vigils.
No. One of the things that I have faith in are the public reforms which are going on. The problem only lies in the fact that there is good rhetoric. We are talking too much about public reforms.
Yes.
But when we go down to implementation, then there is little or zero implementation on the public reforms. I will give a shining example. One of the core areas, actually the first ones, which is highlighted in the public reform documents, is the fact that the civil service should be depoliticized. And the commission made a recommendation that from now onwards, the president should stop appointing senior government officials. I think from P4 and from deputy directors going up. That should be done by the Public Service Commission, and then the president should endorse.
Yes, recommendations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have we adopted it? No. Have we amended the laws and the regulations? No. There is another recommendation that there should be a school of government, so that if I, from the private sector or civil society, goes into government,
you first of all go to be oriented.
Yeah, I have to be oriented at that school.
Yeah.
Have we set up that school? No. But these are the things that the Reforms Commission recommended that we should adapt.
I thought you already have MIM. Why can't MIM do that?
Actually, that was supposed to be done by MIM and even in Pemba.
Exactly.
You put up a curriculum for that.
Yes.
But have we put up a curriculum for that? But we have not.
But Pemba lacks attention. We did a story the other day that things are chaotic there. Nothing is happening. So proceed.
So we have made these recommendations. Good recommendations. If you just pick them and implement them, we will have a good civil service, a good public service. But why are we ignoring them? I'm not sure why we are doing.
Some are saying the reforms that Brian is talking about are happening in conferences more than on the ground where we can see and touch them.
It's very true. It's exactly what he's saying. Malawi has got a history of writing very beautiful documents.
Yes.
Do you agree with me? Vision 2020 was taken over by Rwanda and implemented very beautifully.
That's what some people say.
Yeah, we've just been talking about it.
But
We're
they came here for some orientation and then they went back.
Yeah, and they implemented it.
Yes.
We just had the documents. We have the beautiful books.
Yes.
Have we done anything about it? So this reform document, I'm afraid.
So what's the problem with that? The fact that we seem to bring up very nice documents. The reforms is quite a good initiative.
Some of the things.
But we don't reap anything from it.
Brad just talked about border on the issue of the president actually relinquishing some of his powers, and that is an issue that is now quite silent. So if we tackle that, then maybe we could now go to what he was saying about the Public Service Commission actually being the one to implement these things.
Why do you think presidents don't want that? Because that's quite critical power, isn't it? You want to appoint people. I mean, I'm a president, I want to appoint you.
The president should appoint people. He can appoint the ministers. He can even appoint the principal secretaries
or SPC.
But the deputy directors or directors
of mining or whatever, he has to appoint.
No. So the president is supposed to appoint the very, very senior, the top tier.
Yes.
But for the rest, he has to let others do it.
Maybe they're afraid of sabotage.
And look here. My humble advice to the powers that be.
Yes.
We shouldn't reach a situation where the vice president is advocating for reforms and the high office of the president is the one which starts to frustrate those reforms. We shouldn't reach that point. Look here.
Why do you say that? Have you seen something?
The president himself said, this business of me being the chancellor of every public university is something that I will not do. I will let others be chancellors of public universities. But at the pace that we are going now, that reform may not take place. We may end up in a situation where the president who promised that he will not be chancellor for all the public universities will be the chancellor for all the public universities.
He says he's waiting for the law. He addressed that when he was conferring degrees at Rwanda. He said he's waiting for the law to change. As long as the law is not changed, he's supposed to be chancellor.
That's a very nice excuse. In parliament, within 2 days, people changed the law that MPs should not be elected by 50+1.
Exactly.
Why did that piece of legislation move so fast, adapted so fast? Within days, because it was over.
Because it's about them.
And what's wrong with 1 or 2 clauses saying that the academia can choose, chancellors for the universities? Why is it taking so long? No, you will see that laws regarding the implementation of the public service reforms will take ages. But laws that benefit the president directly or that benefit the MPs or the cabinet ministers, those can be passed within hours.
So you're saying probably our parliament or our MPs are a little bit selfish.
Let me not use that word.
Yes.
Lack of political will.
No, I'm using the word selfish. Brand is saying no, they're not selfish.
Don't use that word. Yes, but lack of political will to speed up some of the reforms.
They have political will on the other things that was sent.
The word is selfish.
It's selfish, exactly. It is selfish. You are watching the Cauldron. This is where editors meet. And today we are discussing the reforms. The president is a frustrated person. He says probably some people in government can't change their mindset to effect the change that Malawians wanted on June 23. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we shall try to still dissect the reforms, talk to specific issues, ADMAC, for example, the army, what is it that they can do, Malawi Defense Force, all those things we're going to discuss in light of the reforms. Don't go away. This is the Cauldron on Times TV, or TTV, if you want. And tonight I'm joined by Brian as well as Mibawa. We are looking at the reforms. Clearly, what we're saying is that probably the reforms are not taking shape. Probably just people discussing in conferences, but Malawians can't see and touch them. Yet, you must accept, Mibawa, that some of the things that are being talked about are very, very ambitious. Agriculture, for example, Brian talked about AIB, but there are issues like the establishment of a fertilizer manufacturing plant, even turning around ADMAC to make sure that it claims its rightful role. Are the reforms doable? Can things really happen?
They are doable if all of us actually decide as a country that we are no longer accepting mediocrity. That is beginning from you and I on a personal level. Because no matter what the president says, in the end, people will just be accusing him of just being a talking president instead of implementing. Because he's not the one who actually goes on the ground to implement what happens. It's now within the civil service. It's up to you and I. It's up to the trader in the village who decides that I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to sell this AIP fertilizer and inputs the way they're supposed to. If that person does not change, this whole country will not change.
Brian, are the reforms doable? Can we really get to a point where we're saying, things are changing? I go to road traffic, I see some change. I go to immigration, I see some change. Are they doable?
The reforms are doable.
Yes.
But you really need to use all the strategies in the book. Using the stick and using even the carrot, using rewards and using punishments, restructuring people, restructuring systems.
Are you becoming HR expert now?
No.
Well, proceed.
Yeah, so you need to use all the strategies. It's doable. Other countries have done it. Rwanda is on the move. Tanzania, serving for the human rights concerns, is on the move. So Botswana is on the move. So it's possible indeed to achieve what we set as targets in the reforms. But one other things, there is also needed to put context to issues. I know there is a lot of talk about restructuring ADMAC so that it may regain its former glory. It's not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy.
Why is it different?
Look, ADMAC may have been a star performer
in the 70s.
In the 70s.
Or 80s.
When there was no competition.
Yes.
It was the only company dealing in grain and marketing.
Produce.
Yeah, in produce.
Yes.
This time around, there is a lot of competition, and it's facing stiff competition. When it is waiting money, when it is waiting for resources from Treasury or for the budget to be approved, the other private companies are already out there buying the grain, or they are already out there selling fertilizers. It's not easy. It's doable. It's not easy.
Yet we must accept that although the reforms, we can't see them. We are seeing more of conferences in air-conditioned conference rooms. Yet the reforms are ambitious. Things like the establishment of a fertilizer manufacturing plant and even ADMAC having a turnaround strategy for ADMAC aimed at claiming its rightful role in agriculture. Are the reforms doable, Mibawa?
They are very doable. It just requires all of us to have some kind of will. The problem with most of us, we're just Malawians. We just know that we were born in Malawi, we live in Malawi. But we don't understand the true core of what being a Malawian is. So we take things as they come, we take each day as it comes, we take life for granted without necessarily developing a love for this country.
Brian, ADMAC, is it redeemable? Claiming its rightful role, like it was in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I've listened to the discussions on ADMAC.
Yes.
But I tend to somehow disagree with some propositions which are made on ADMAC.
Like what?
Some people say that ADMAC should, regain its lost glory and enjoy the popularity and even do the service delivery it was doing in the 1970s. ADMAC is important. ADMAC should be there. But I think it's important that we redefine the role of ADMAC.
How?
ADMAC was enjoying that glory in the 1970s because it was all alone.
No competition.
No competition. It was the lone company specializing in grain and produce industry.
Produce, yes.
Yeah, the main one. This time around, there is competition. The economy is liberalized. There are so many companies doing the same things that ADMAC does. They go out to the field, buy the grain. Some would go back and even sell the grain, even the farm inputs. So, in my view, in my opinion, I think ADMAC should be redefined so that it should mostly concentrate on saving the vulnerable communities. ADMAC, in some cases, cannot compete with the private sector. Being a state-owned company, when ADMAC is waiting for money from the treasury to buy the grain in April, private traders or private companies are already
put up a scale. They're buying the process.
For ADMAC to compete with those in the private sector is no easy task, considering that it is not profitable. And in my view, again, it is difficult to make ADMAC profitable. So the best is that it should focus on communities which are not best served by the private.
Like more or less the social responsibility.
Yes, the social responsibility.
Okay.
And we shouldn't expect ADMAC to make miracles in terms of revenue generation.
I see.
Yes.
Mibawa, ADMAC?
It can never go back to what it used to be. We just have
So what's the solution? Do we have just have to abolish it?
Different times. Not necessarily, even if you decide to abolish it, you're thinking of now the many people, hundreds of people who are employed there. Some have already been retrenched, but you can't just throw them out.
Yeah, of course.
Rather look at the companies which are working with the similar mandate to ADMAC, the government companies.
I see.
Maybe amalgamate them.
Some of the reforms are questionable. For example, involving the army in agriculture. What's your view?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
They are supposed to be guarding our territorial integrity.
Yeah, they are. I'm sure they are.
So if we ask them to be growing maize using tatters and what have you, buy them tractors, won't we more or less like reorient them to something else?
No, we will not. Their main mandate is the defense, as you're saying. But everyone has to make money at some point. We are a poor country. We have the resources for agriculture. Let them utilize them.
Why can't we just bring back MYP minus the armed wing? So that MYP, everybody, in fact, the MCP even promised.
Yeah, there was talk of a national
youth service.
I don't know how far things are with that one. Maybe
would that be a better idea? Would that be a better idea?
Who is going to train those? I thought it's the same army.
No, we are saying no armed wing. No armed wing, but they'll be we open the bases, then they do agriculture.
But young people in the national service, they are also trained in the basics of military.
Probably ours will do it different. I don't know. Brian? Is the army engaging in agriculture, growing maize, instead of just bring back MYB minus armed?
Let's forget about those things. If anything, let the prison service, which already has that labor force there, sitting in prisons, get engaged in farming, in agriculture, and let the army strengthen their capacity in infrastructure development. Let the army be responsible for road construction, bridge construction, such similar technical issues, rather than forcing the army in the name of reforms to go into farming or to be rearing chickens. Let the prisons do that.
Reforms, Brian, have been part of the agenda for the past probably 6 years. Previous administration, the DBP. Yet no headway was made. The same Chilima was unceremoniously removed. And lessons from that for the new government, the way we did reforms in the past. Is there something that we can pick both positive and negative from the past and probably bring it today so that these reforms that we are doing succeed?
Some of the things, let's stop talking and start doing them. Let's stop rhetoric and go to implementation.
So White was in charge of the reforms. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the problem is that we focus much on the rhetoric side. I have a quote from the same Chilima. Yes. He once said, reforming the public service is not a matter of multiple choice. It must be done and will be done. The problem is that it is now being talked about and is being talked about. But it must be done and should be done.
Yes.
If we just go to implementation, then things will go on well. But the problem is we talk too much, beautiful speeches, and everybody is saying, oh, that was a powerful speech. I mean, let us see what we call symbols of progress. Let us see milestones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something that we can touch and see.
Yes, we want tangibles here in terms of the public service reforms.
But lessons from the past.
Everyone is tired of talking.
Is that the lesson
We are tired of the talk. Yeah, seriously. Show me one thing that is on the ground that is a
As a
fruit
result of the reforms. Yes.
I cannot think of a single thing off my head.
They separated the immigration passports in Mangochi. Something happened. You said I should give you.
Yeah, fine. I'm not convinced with that one.
Oh, I see.
But
Okay.
The fact is,
Okay,
let
yes.
us stop talking and let us start doing.
At the end of the day, the first of these reforms is the Vice President, Saulos Chilima. Can we assess how he has probably in the past you would say he was removed. This time he hasn't been removed. Can we assess him, Brian? What do you think about him? As the first of the reforms, as the one that is driving them, he's the one that is doing these meetings.
Chilima is a champion, a go-getter,
Yes.
a fighter.
Yes.
But the problem with reforms is that as a champion, you need some force behind you.
Yes.
And the force is the one which is implementing the proposed reforms. Chilima cannot be in agriculture, he cannot be in education, he cannot be in mining, he cannot be in environment, he cannot be in the Ministry of Health, where I hear people are being paid. You owe them 200 million kwacha,
And
then you will pay interest to over 2 billion.
They go to court.
That's madness.
They go to court.
He cannot be anywhere. So he needs the support system in all the ministries and all the parastatals. But him as an individual is a go-getter. And I'm happy with what he has said, that there is need to put a results framework for these reforms.
Exactly.
So that we should be asking, what results are there?
We should track the results.
We should track the results and measure progress.
But the Vice President being the face of the reforms.
He's somebody, when he's speaking, you can actually see the zeal. And when people don't do what he wants, you can actually see the
The
frustration.
frustration, yes.
And I'll agree with Brian that he can only do so much. He's not going to go physically into any office and force people to work when they don't want to. So that mindset change is crucial for all of us.
Yes. The mindset change is crucial to all of us. I think that's the key thing that we can take out from the conversation if these reforms are going to be achievable. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll go to the second segment of the program, which is a look at the international story. And we can't do another story apart from going to America. Is Trump slowly buckling and giving up? Don't go away. Welcome back. This is the Cauldron, and it's where editors meet. I'm joined by Brian Gomega as well as Mibawa. We're now in segment 2 of the program. U.S. President Donald Trump has accepted a formal U.S. transition, that a formal U.S. transition should start for President-elect Joe Biden to take office. The president said the federal agency overseeing the handover must do what needs to be done, although he vowed to keep on contesting his election defeat. Mibawa, for obvious reasons, I'll start with you. The agency that we're talking about is called the General Services Administration. Said it was acknowledging Mr. Biden as the apparent winner. Does this mean that slowly the Trump administration is buckling and accepting that probably it is a lost cause? This actually came after the state of Michigan officially certified Biden as the winner, which was a major blow to Trump.
When Pennsylvania and Michigan certified the results, that was the end.
That was the end.
No matter what, he just has to accept because he can't force himself to stay in the White House beyond his mandate.
No, he can't.
So, and as Brian spoke about it last time we were here, he said that maybe the first stage was denial. So now slowly the acceptance.
So the cycle is going through the
Yes.
cycle.
Maybe it's now grief, but he just has to move out.
Brian, cycle, denial, grief, grief. But at the end of the day, probably this should put to rest fears that there will be chaos in the U.S. system.
Yeah, as she has said, that cycle is almost complete. That the grief cycle, that somebody denies it, the denial stage. He was angry, tweeting. Then he
Now the tweets have kind of subsided.
Then there was depression, almost a week in the White House without getting out. That was another
Then
stage.
Playing golf.
He was bargaining now, and now he has finally accepted.
Yes.
And I think this will put to rest the squabbles which are there. But as a bad loser, he will still continue throwing one or two tantrums to threaten the other side.
Actually, that's why I was going to say he hasn't conceded. He hasn't said I concede and he pick a phone and congratulate Biden, because that's how they do it. He has to pick the phone and say, Buddy, I think you have done well. He hasn't conceded. So Trump will always be Trump.
Now that these things are happening, it's very clear why they say they put the elections in November and the inauguration in January. Because it gives ample time.
Unlike us, that is just immediate.
For somebody to go through all those phases and ensure a smooth transition. Because Biden is now privy to security briefings, everything that is happening in the White House, he now knows about it. So it's very important, and that 2 months is very crucial.
This gesture, where do we put it down to? Is it because probably more Republicans are now urging him to concede? We've seen more Republicans changing their mind to say, probably let this go.
It's not a question of that. It's all of them had their own issues. I mean, they were supporters, they were Republicans. All of them were actually going through the same stages of grief. It wasn't just him. So slowly it's coming to them that there's nothing more they can do. They cannot force themselves to stay when the people have decided otherwise. So move on.
Yet we must accept that it doesn't depend on him conceding. The process to go on with or without his conceding, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, Biden will be the president.
The president come January 20.
Yeah, so that's why I said that whatever Trump is doing is of no consequence.
Yeah, of course.
I made that statement that whatever he can do, the tweets, the lawsuits without evidence, the threats, the rallies, all those things were of no consequence. It's not easy to fight the truth. The fact that somebody had won in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, and Georgia.
Exactly.
There's no way you can fight that truth. Because in some of those states, actually the governors were Republican.
Of course.
So
now, when everything's said and done, as a conclusion, Brian, what should the Americans, even us, those of us outside America, what should we learn from this debacle? what good things that went, even bad things, what should we learn from it?
One of the things is that they have a good system.
Okay.
The time lag that is there between
November,
the elections and the taking over of
January.
office.
Yes.
I wish we had 2 to 3 weeks so that there would be proper handovers.
Yes.
Although in the past we assumed that in the US the handovers are always smooth, but this year
something can happen. Something can happen. Bo, your final way, conclusion?
I would say that America is over 200 years old.
Yeah.
So the lessons we might learn, all of us are in Africa, our democracies are still very young. What happened there is normal. I'll still say that it's not the first time. I'll go also try
2000
to get it. Yeah,
2000, yes.
Just because Trump is Trump, I'll still support him. No matter what, we'll take it as a...
What legacy is he living? Oh, I know he can stand again, you come 4 years from now, but what legacy is Trump living?
He's living the legacy of saying that if you really want something, you can get it.
He
went into the White House despite
the fact that everyone was
against all odds. So it's a lesson to everyone that you can get whatever you want if you really...
I see. The legacy of Trump, Brad, how shall you remember him? For these past 4 years.
A body loser who thought it to the end.
Tenacious.
Yeah, the one aspect is a body loser.
Yes.
But the other lesson is sometimes it's good to fight to the end.
To the bitter end.
Yeah, sure.
I see. This is the Cauldron and this is the Times TV. We'll take the final break. When we come back, we'll go to the final segment of the program. This is the newsroom. And today we are discussing, or we are asking the question, should journalists accept the freebies? Don't go away. Welcome back, and you are watching the Cauldron. My name is George Kasakula. I'm joined by Mibawa as well as Brian Ligomeka. We are in the third and final segment of the program. We live in a world where organizations want to enhance their brands and image through sustained presence in the media. In the course of doing that, the journalists are the conduit of positive vibes about companies and organizations. In the process, giving them marketing tools such as golf shirts, pens, t-shirts, and sometimes even money. Brian, I've started with you for obvious reasons. You've been editor for many years. In Malawi, journalists get the freebies. Does that make it right in view of the independence that they must have to write a true, balanced story?
It's a difficult one.
It's
a very difficult one. Freebies.
Yes.
Media houses have the various editorial policies. That's why I say it's a difficult one. In other media houses, they say that reject any freebie that is being offered to you. Because if you accept it, that may influence you.
How you're going to write your story.
How you're going to write your story. Other companies, they will put a mark to say that you can receive some gifts like the golf shirts that you are referring to, whose value is below 10,000.
Yes.
But how do you measure that this one was bought at 15 or 10,000? It's difficult.
Yes.
So different media houses have different policies on freebies. Others will say, when you get those t-shirts, please declare them.
Yes.
To the organization.
To your seniors.
To your seniors.
Yes.
And also be careful when to wear them. Don't wear a golf shirt of this bank when you are going to a function of another bank.
Yes.
Others will collect all those t-shirts, golf shirts and whatever, and make a donation
to some charity.
To some charity.
Yes.
So different media outlets have different policies on how to handle freebies. Because sometimes when you reject the golf shirts, the golf shirt outright,
yes,
the company may think that you also have issues with them.
Yes.
But there should be a cut point. A 200,000 kwacha is not a gift.
No.
That's now corruption.
It becomes a bribe.
It's a bribe. That's why others said, don't receive gifts which exceeds, say, 10,000 or 5,000. Others would say, please reject them outright. But
let me hear from you. Freebies, partnerships.
It's going to work because even the media houses depend on those very companies giving the freebies. So I might reject it as a Mibawa.
Yes.
But my organization is maybe in a partnership with that particular company that is giving me those endorsements. So
how should that be done? Is it transparency that everyone is aware of it?
Yes, and we'll go back to what he's saying, that you actually know that this money they're giving me is now gone beyond an allowance. It's something else. It's meant to influence what I do or what I write. So now as a person, you decide.
What about the famous brown envelopes? When are they acceptable? When are they not acceptable?
I believe they're always acceptable.
Brian, do you agree?
No.
Yes.
You have planned to cover your own issues as times grow.
Exactly.
And some company wants their activity to be covered
in Nsanje or Chitiba.
But you never planned that.
Yes.
And you think that that's not even a big story.
Exactly.
Yes. That company, when they offer you transport or accommodation or meal, that is not corruption.
Yes.
Those are the costs.
But it is what?
Exactly.
It's just a per diem to enable you to travel.
Cost sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
more or less like a partnership.
Yes, a partnership.
Yes.
Actually, it's them who want their activity covered, not you as a media house.
Yes.
But corruption creeps in when you accept sums like 300,000, 200,000 that don't do this story or do this story to destroy X. That's corruption. But when an organization has partnered with you and they are meeting your meal allowance or your transport allowance, which is reasonable, and there are rates. When you are going to the rural areas, it shouldn't the accommodation shouldn't exceed 30,000 kwacha. Those are normal per diems which most organizations use.
So we are on the same page.
So at the end of the day, to me, what I'm getting from this is that something that is reasonable, something that is as a result of partnership, but also transparency and accountability. Because Brian talked about declaring. I've gone to this function, they have given me this T-shirt, but it's not going to influence what I write. Transparency and accountability?
Obviously, that's very important. And also, you cannot expect me to travel to Nsanje, this heat.
Yes.
A company expects me to travel there and then bear my own expenses.
You don't eat.
For what reason?
You don't eat. You don't have a place where to sleep.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Yes, Brian, transparency and accountability.
Yeah, the transparency is extremely important. That people should declare what they have received, the T-shirts, the mug shots, and whatever to the organizations.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. And on that note, it is why we end this week's edition of the Cauldron. As usual, with me, George Kasakura. Many thanks should also go to Howard Zingovera for providing the technical assistance in the Final Control Center. My other thanks should go to Sarah Chilola for helping me produce the program. Otherwise, from everyone here, myself plus my two panelists, Mbao Javula as well as Brian Gomeka.